Good evening, Wesley Church. It's Pastor Justin. It's Wednesday, March 18th, and I'm bringing you day 3 of our COVID-19 seclusion devotion, if you will. And so Pastor Sara and I, during this time, are trying to bring you a daily devotion just to lift everyone's spirits a little bit and to remind us that we can still be together online, even if we're not in person, and that, of course, that God is with us each step of the way. Tonight's devotion begins with a story that I'd like to tell you about this candle that you see lit on my stove here at our house. Kimberly and I often will have a candle lit on either the counter or the stove here, and it's just something that we like because it brings us some comfort. And for me personally, there's kind of a background story to it. When I was growing up, my grandmother often had a candle sitting on her stovetop in her kitchen, and it would go pretty much all the time. From sun up to sundown, she'd have a candle going, and it was one of those things that I never really understood why until I was an adult. For me, it was always a symbol of hope. There was something sort of comforting about having a candle going, and being able to encounter that at my grandmother's house, regardless of when we came and went from that room. It just felt homey and good. And so tonight, I bring you a candle, something, a symbol of hope, a symbol of comfort, just to remind us that everything's going to be okay one way or another. Which sort of brings me to my devotion. This is from the book of Isaiah. It's the 41st chapter, and it's verse 10. And I'm reading to you from the New International Version. So hear these words. "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This scripture verse is one of many about fear in the Bible and not being afraid during times of trouble. But there's one word in particular in this translation that I like to focus on tonight, and that word is dismayed. Dismay is an interesting word, and it's one that we don't often use in our everyday language. But according to Collins Dictionary, dismay is a strong feeling of fear, worry, or sadness that is caused by something unpleasant and unexpected. Does that sound familiar? Here we are in a time in history that we really didn't expect, we didn't see coming. This is something that is new and strange, and yet it's very easy to become dismayed when something happens. It makes us feel afraid or worried or sad when we don't know what's coming. For many, there are fears about jobs or fears about school, fears about employment that may or may not be there when this thing is said and done. I know a lot of people are afraid about their 401ks, about their retirement. These are understandable fears, and it's easy to become afraid about those things. But I want to remind us tonight that God is still on the throne, that God is still in control of this world, and whatever we wake up to tomorrow, whatever news is next, or whatever will be there in 2 weeks or 2 months, we will face it together, and we will be able to handle that journey alongside one another. There will be a day when we'll be back together in person again, and that day will be a good day. In the meantime, we remember a little bit of hope. And so I encourage you tonight to light a candle and keep it going. Obviously, don't keep it going when you're not there, safety first. But since you're at home, keep it going and enjoy some time with your family and friends. And each time you see that candle, remember, there's nothing to be dismayed about, for God is still on the throne. And maybe if you need a little bit of extra comfort tonight, start a pot and have some tea. I bet you Pastor Sara will be having some with you too. I might even join you. I hope you have a blessed evening, and I'm praying for each and every one of you and your families as you spend time together during this time. We'll see you later.